I started going to church here in '79. I was a single parent. At that time, I only had 2 children, Tasha and PJ. They were 2 and 1. We started in August, which their birthday was in August. That's one reason I think I can keep up with that. But let me give you a little bit of history about me, and it'll make you understand him. I grew up at a time that we did not have whites going to our schools. I grew up at a time that when Mom would bring us to Natchitoches, there were still signs saying colored on bathroom doors. And that's what we had to do. I grew up at a time that I was treated differently. For some of you looking by, I'm a little older than I look. So when Brother Allen invited my sister to church, Madeline, and she was working at El Camino restaurant at that time, and she came. And after that, she invited me to come. And I said, I don't know if I'm going to that white church. That's what I said. I don't know about that, sis. But I went. And when I went, she asked me later, what do you think? I said, I'm going back. You see, in my lifetime, I was broken. Not only was I broken because I was treated differently, but I was broken because the kid's dad had left us. I was broken. I didn't know if anybody cared, actually. And when I walked in that church, there was such a love of God there. And I'm going to give that credit both to God and I believe Brother Allen's dad that gave it to him. And what I'm going to say about Papa Allen, because I like calling him that, I hope that's okay too. Brother Allen Papa Allen would come to church only now and then on Texas Street. But when I hugged that man, I don't even know how to explain it. It still leaves a mark, a good mark in me. But Brother Allen has it. So when I began to go to that church, and Brother Allen just loved. He just loved. I think that's all he knows. He just loved. He didn't go by the color of my skin. And so when I got there and I was treated that way, it was so appreciated. Now, let me tell you something about that. It is not easy to do that, especially back then. He got slapped for that. Madeline and I got slapped. Oh, you going to white church now? Oh, you to turn. But he got slapped. Because I don't know of any church at that time that invited or had a diverse church like that. And at the time that we went, it was Malcolm and I and Charles and his wife. That's all that was at that church at that time. And so I've been around for a little bit. If you do the math, this August would be 40 years. That's a long time to be somewhere. But I thank God for that. I remember Jeremy was 2 and he had to have surgery. Brother Allen came up to the hospital at LSU. Now love, when you throw it in the river and it's truly love, it's going to ripple out. And my uncles were so amazed because they would come every time I was there, my mom's brother. And when he knew Brother Allen had been, he'd go, what? And Brother Allen would get on the floor with Jeremy with the little box cars and play with him. If you hang around him long enough, he can be anything at any given time. He can. He can be 2. So, yeah, but that's love. And that's love for people. He has that. That's a gift of God. And a gift that his father also taught him. We, skipping around a little bit, Madeline and I went on a trip with Brother Allen, and Jerry was on that trip, and Kathy was on that trip. But these are all just examples of love, because when we got back, and it was a good trip after. There was somebody on there that was causing trouble, let me say that. And they wanted to make sure that we were okay. So when we got back here, a couple of days after that, they pulled us, Sister Francis pulled us in the office. I don't even remember if we were together in that one or separate, and she talked to us separate. They wanted to make sure we were okay and we weren't wounded. That's a father. That's a pastor. That's somebody who cares whether the sheep got hurt. They didn't have to do that. They truly did not have to do that. If we want to leave a mark, just love. Just love. Just love. Just be. I can't even describe what I was like when Sam Sr. left me and the kids. There's nothing like rejection. So God used Brother Allen and Sister Francis to just love me. And love those little banty children. That's what I call them sometimes. Or my bread snatchers. Yeah. God used them. I remember going on a trip with Sister Francis to Baton Rouge. She asked me to go. She was preaching down there. She just treated me like a sister. Like a true sister. We slept in the same bed. And I'm going, this is the first. Sleeping in the bed with a white girl. A pastor's wife who didn't think she was more than me. You know, remember where I came from. They left a mark on me. Let me tell you something else about them. I mean, you probably already know this if you've been around here a little while. They're not perfect. So we've bumped heads a couple of times, but I'm going to tell you something about their love. He has never been too proud to tell me he's sorry. Neither has Sister Francis. They've done that. Man, that leaves another mark in me. Shows me what to do and how to do it, regardless of what so-called position I'm in. God has been really good to me, really good. I remember working in the academy, and Jeremy was just a baby, real baby, and I would sub sometime. You know, you hear Francis talking about me subbing for Miss Johnny, but that poor kid been in school all his life. He was in a little old baby carrier in Miss Janelle's office, and if she wasn't taking care of him, Sister Francis wasn't, somebody was. You know, I have served as both over the nursery as well as after school care. They have really just loved me. They have been there for the kids and been there for me. Yeah, I don't even feel like I'm doing this justice, to be truthful to you. But I love them dearly. I love them dearly. You know, God has really used them to work some healing in me because of the way they treated me. And I appreciate that, Brother Allen and Sister Francis. Thank you so very much for depositing love into me and to the kids.